Alright, the case of Virginia v. Moore is a controversial one due to the fact that some people are afraid that the outcome could lead to a decrease in civil liberty protection depending on the final decision. Others fear that it could allow guilty defendants to escape consequences by compelling courts to prohibit evidence that would have led to a conviction otherwise. Had a decision for Virginia been made, law enforcement could deliberately arrest anyone that they wanted to search, even if state law did not allow such an arrest, and a court could not prohibit the produced evidence under the Fourth Amendment. For example, people could be arrested and searched for committing misdemeanors such as using obscene language in public that otherwise would not warrant an arrest. A decision for Moore means that the courts may exclude evidence found during a search if the arrest is legal, even if a small technicality is the only thing that made the arrest illegal. For example, if an officer is out of uniform for some reason and fails to identify themselves as law enforcement, the courts would have to ignore any evidence that came from what would have been a constitutional search. In this case, officers stopped David Moore after they had a discussion on the radio about a driver in the area that was known to have a suspended license. The man they were referring to was not in fact Mr. Moore, but a man the officers knew as Chubbs. Coincidentally, Moore also happened to be driving on a suspended license, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor under Virginia law. The officers then disregarded Virginia law by arresting Moore instead of issuing a summons. The officers arrested Moore for driving on a suspended license and searched him as a follow-up to the unlawful arrest. The search gained 16 grams of cocaine and a lot of cash on Moore's person. Moore then attempted to suppress the evidence based on the fact that the illegal arrest made the search unreasonable under the Fourth Amendment. The court established that because the officers should have issued Moore a citation under state law, and the Fourth Amendment does not allow searches prior to citation, that the arrest search violated Moore's Fourth Amendment right. Recounting another Supreme Court case, Knowles v. Iowa, the court upheld the decision that since the search followed an improper arrest, the search was unconstitutional. I definitely believe that the outcome of this case was the correct one. The fact that the arrest was unlawful automatically makes anything obtained during the following search or seizure inadmissible. There was no reason whatsoever for the officers to arrest Moore, much less search him. As stated above, if the courts would have decided that the search was legal, the police would then feel as though they could arrest anyone for any minor infraction just to be able to search them. It would get to the point that an officer didn't like a person's appearance, arrested them for jaywalking just to be able to search them.